Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to move into the manifesting sweet spot to have it all. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Big video this morning. In a session yesterday, I was talking to this client. This client was talking about their journey, talking about healing certain past events. The idea of doing subliminals, which she's been doing, and reprogramming her subconscious came up. All of this stuff came up as she was trying, she said, to manifest the life that she wants. And trying to understand why things haven't worked out. Guys, I really want to get to this because what we really shook all these beliefs to the foundation, because she's even been searching for other limiting beliefs, right? And she says, I think I have one, and then I'm not sure. And all sorts of things came up. But what really became clear yesterday is now she knows that she's already in her manifesting sweet spot. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to find, there's nothing to discover, there's nothing she's doing wrong other than not focusing on that absolute fulfillment that she is right now. Because any beliefs or anything that you will have will quickly be shown there in 3D reality. You will see it manifested all around you. And you get the choice, the chance, the free will, the opportunity to choose again. I want to talk about this. Remember, I am source and there is no other. That's not just a mantra. There's no other source or cause of fulfillment in your life. And so there's nothing preventing you from it. It's not from the past that you think is holding you back, or the future that you believe hasn't come yet or hasn't been manifested. It's all here and now within you to declare and move there now, right? There's no other source or cause of fulfillment. You are source or first cause of your reality, your life experience, your fulfilled desires, all of it. In other words, I am fulfillment and there is no other, right? I am here and now. She just wasn't in the here and now. Doesn't realize that it's all hers. That beliefs will come up. She'll recognize them in the form of 3D reality around her, whatever's manifesting around her. But she gets to declare it new, complete, and absolutely fulfilled right now, right here and right now. It's all created here and now, past, present, and future. Do you see it? There is no past to heal or fix. You decide who you were and who you are and who you will be right now in this present moment. It's all new. So you get to decide. There's nothing to fix back there. There's nothing back there. There's nothing out there. There's just you standing in fulfillment, standing in your knowing. Your past is not source or cause of anything. You create it all now. Past, present, and future. The past you, the future you, and who you are now. By what you declare, what you focus on, whatever you put your awareness on. That's powerful. Let's really unpack this idea. So it's not about getting closure or healing the past or digging up limiting beliefs or fixing yourself or fixing others or fixing reality or reprogramming your subconscious. Reality's not broken. You're not broken. There's nothing to fix. You're not broken. Reality's not broken. The program's not broken. Right? The reprogram it. There's nothing wrong with the program. You are the program. I get it. Sure, there are subjective tendencies, certain tendencies to think and feel the same way. But in every moment, you get to question those. You get to decide your response, how you interact with those thoughts and feelings in that reality. You get to decide how you see yourself. Right? That changes everything. That changes who you were, who you are, and who you will be. You're not broken. Reality's not broken. The program's not broken. The only one reality, the only one program, and that is I am awareness. There's only one. Complete, fulfilled, and without any limitations whatsoever. I am awareness. There's nothing broken. Every other thought, every other feeling, every other doubt, every other fear, every other limitation, every other belief, every other assumption, every other subconscious program or tendency that you believe exists are thieves and robbers of Scripture, robbing you of the complete fulfillment that you can have now. Right? Just when I brought up that scene from the pool of Bethesda in the Netflix or the series, I don't think it's a Netflix, I think it's another network, a show, The Chosen, where he's talking about the pool, he's talking about the conditions to heal himself, to fix himself, to get what he wants, right? And remember what Jesus says, look at me, look at me. You don't need any of that. You need me, right? None of that other stuff matters. You need me. You need that I am awareness. Stop looking at the past or looking at others or looking at reality or looking at programs or looking at beliefs and saying those have to be fixed or found or dealt with. You need your I am awareness. You need me. Remember what Jesus said, you need me. So we don't need any of that other stuff. All who came before me, I am, this is Jesus, I am your I am awareness, are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. Everything else before that awareness that you are, right? You believe it's the past. You believe it's the things that have happened in your life, right? Or the things that haven't happened. You believe all of that before me, before that I am. They're all thieves and robbers. Thoughts and assumptions of complete and absolute fulfillment here and now are the sheep. The sheep don't hear that. The thoughts of absolute assumption, the thoughts of who you really are untouched by any of those thieves and robbers. But you identify with them. You decide to give them life or light. Do you see it? This is who you are, that multidimensional being. I am all that is. You're all realities, you're all frames, and you're all identities. So it's not about ignoring, healing, fixing, getting rid of negative thoughts, feelings, and conditions. It's about choosing to allow, to accept, and identify with and as only those that are in harmony with who you really are. Do you see it? It's not about avoiding anything or fixing anything or healing anything. It's about only identifying, only allowing, only accepting those thoughts that are in harmony with who you really are. That's why Jesus said, I am the door. I am the door to the sheepfold. Only the thoughts, only the things that are in harmony with my wish fulfilled, I allow in, I accept as my reality. You get to determine that. So it's not about running with anything, running away from anything. Thoughts and feelings and assumptions and beliefs and absolute fulfillment are yours. Thoughts and feelings and assumptions and beliefs of absolute fulfillment are yours. Everything else are thieves and robbers of that one and ultimate reality. That's powerful. So, and remember, and I've talked about this in other videos, where Jesus was captured, right? And Pontius Pilate was saying, you know, and during Passover, they had a tradition of releasing a prisoner. And Pontius Pilate said, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas? Barabbas was the robber, right? It even said in Scripture, and the crowd shouts, not this man, not Jesus, not your I am awareness, but Barabbas. Barabbas, and it says in Scripture, Barabbas was a robber. The thief and robber, release them. Release those thoughts that are robbing you of absolute fulfillment. And keep your I am awareness. Stay aware of who you are. So release Barabbas. Release every thought, every feeling, every condition that would rob you of absolute fulfillment. That's the robber, Barabbas, right? You exist in all realities. You exist in all identities. You exist in all memories, all images, and thoughts and feelings and conditions. It's not about ridding consciousness or infinity or reality of anything. Everything exists. Everything has a right to exist. All thoughts and feelings and experiences and images and perceptions and sensations exist within that awareness or that one consciousness. But you choose where to dwell. You choose what to allow through the door. That's why Jesus said, I am the door. Right? It's not about locking the door. Right? It's not about locking the door, locking I am down, right? It's about choosing what you allow through the door, Right? I used this example before about imagine a city that was filled with thieves and robbers, but other people as well. And you left your door open. And thieves and robbers couldn't enter unless you accepted them, unless you allowed them to enter. You don't have to lock your door. They can't enter unless you invite them in, unless you accept them, unless you allow them to enter. Do you see it? So it's not about locking anything. Imagine a city like that. That's the consciousness. You don't have to lock it. You don't have to limit it. You don't have to search for things. You don't have to reprogram it. You don't have to do any of that. You got to decide who you are, what thoughts and feelings, what assumptions and beliefs do you want to identify as and with. Right? It's not about locking the door. It's about choosing with which identities, realities, conditions, thoughts, feelings, and states of consciousness you desire to identify. You desire to allow through the door. That's a powerful thought today. So, you manifest, perceive, receive, experience as reality. Who and what you're conscious of being. What you accept as your truth or true about yourself and the world, your self-concept. Your truth. It's the law. It's law. It's the law of assumption. It's the law of being. There is no other law than that. That's your reality, but you get to decide what your relationship to all of it is. In other words, you manifest, you express, you create, you reveal, you realize the images, the concepts, the perceptions and sensations that you accept and hold as true or the truth of yourself and the world, whether you want them or prefer them or not. Do you see it? So it's not about whether you want them or not. It's whether you're allowing them you're looking at them as the truth. You're allowing them in your awareness as the truth of reality. You believe them that they exist and that they're true. You get to decide that. Who and what you are conscious of being, your truth, is reality. Your experience of and as all that is. That's the only truth. You get to decide all of that. All the concepts, perceptions, and sensations. Right? So that means as you move through 3D reality, respond to it from that higher knowing, as source. Not as the seeker, but as source. Right? So you are not a victim or in bondage to your subjective tendencies. This came up yesterday in a conversation. Or that negative program. Yes, you do have tendencies, right? These subconscious tendencies from what you believe you've experienced, right? But you're not in bondage or a victim to them, or to the changing thoughts and feelings, or to any 3D condition. You, as I am awareness, is the door. You are the door. And you choose how to respond and interact with reality. You choose how to respond and interact with those tendencies, with those changing thoughts and feelings, with the 3D conditions. Right now, you decide who you are. And that changes those spontaneous thoughts. That changes, you change that subjective tendency every time you choose differently. Right? Every time you decide, I am who I say I am. I am source and there is no other. And how you respond changes and creates in all time. It changes reality in all time. So you choose how to respond and interact reality, and how you respond changes and creates it. Doesn't just remember, you're not responding to anything outside of you. You are reality. So how you respond creates it and changes it at the same time. There's no separation. You're always looking at reality, interacting with reality, as reality, responding to reality as reality, reacting to reality as reality. And it changes your past, present, and future. It changes who you were, who you are, and who you will be. Right? Release Barabbas that's been robbing you of absolute fulfillment. Release the robber. Release the thieves and robbers. Live, exist, and move in the manifesting sweet spot of identifying so deeply with your true identity, your I am awareness, the greater context of who you are, that multidimensional, limitless spirit having a physical experience. Identifies so deeply with that identity that the context of that greater reality and limitless identity becomes your manifesting sweet spot. Right? We're so busy identifying with the content of reality, what we believe is the content, right? The changing conditions, the changing thoughts and feelings, the past we want to fix or heal or understand, right? Instead of identifying with the context of that greater being that you are, right? That's the manifesting sweet spot, rather than the changing contents of your thoughts, feelings, memories, and all 3D conditions. They're always changing. What you believe happened in the past, that's not even, remember, you don't even remember what you believe you remember what happened, right? You're creating it all right now. There is no past or future. It's all now, right? Make this greater context of fulfillment the only reality in what's real. I am source and there is no other. That greater context of fulfillment, that greater identity that you are. I create, I manifest, I perceive and experience and choose the changing contents of reality and my relationship to it and how I respond. And when I do that, that creates it and manifests it at the same time. Do you see it? There is no separation between you creating it and responding and reacting to it. It's all one. So be determined as source. I create it, I manifest it, I perceive it, I experience and choose the changing contents of those subjective tendencies or the past that I believe is so real or the current reality or my thoughts about it or the conditions that are in front of me or the appearances and my relationship to all of it and how I respond, and that creates it. Because you are reality. You are all that is. You are source, your first cause. Your first cause. Tongue twister today. Right? Blur the lines. Right? Blur the lines between what's real and not real, between what's manifested and not manifested. Right? We always create these solid lines in the sand of reality. Like those are the conditions, and this is me. And those conditions are bothering me, or not what I want them to be, or it's not quite there yet. Right? Instead, blur the lines and know that you are source of all of it. But the question no longer comes up what's real or not real, or what's manifest or not manifested. You know you're source of all of it. That's powerful. When you blur the lines, when you stand in that manifesting sweet spot of knowing that you're source, you are no longer reacting to reality and waiting on manifestations and waiting on fulfillment and waiting for things to change. You are source of all of it. You are resting in the gratitude and appreciation of being all that is. That's a state of being. We're not talking about mere emotions here. Emotions are powerful, but this is beyond emotion. These are states of being, a state of being of appreciation, a state of being of love and gratitude, of being all that is, of being source of all of it. That's the true meaning of resting in the Sabbath. Right? That's the true meaning of the Sabbath. You rest in that gratitude and appreciation that you're source of all of it. Right? You are following now your excitement, as Bashar says, or your bliss, as Joseph Campbell says. You're following your excitement and your ideal, the idea, what's your next best version of you and others in the world. You're following that while being indifferent to the changing conditions. You're just indifferent to them because you know you're source of them. You know they're changing as you change, right? You are being the identity for whom and through whom your desired realities and all your wishes are already fulfilled and already have come true. That's powerful. That's why Jesus said, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Right? Greater than he, that greater you that's in you. Stand in that manifesting sweet spot than he that is in the world. That's how to move into the manifesting sweet spot, to have it all, because you already do. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, and for being part of our membership channel. More and more of you are joining. We just released 2 videos over the last few days and had a live stream last Saturday at 9 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Coast Standard Time, that we streamed on the membership channel that's now available for viewing. And we have another one coming this month We will be scheduling that, I think, this week or before the end of the week or before the end of the weekend. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom in the studios here of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.